Good morning. Oh dear. The title for today is My Court Appearance and More. Several people have sent me emails asking how my court appearance went yesterday. I promise to share my experience in my next video. In my opinion, it can hardly be called an appearance, since I never left my seat in the back of the courtroom. It was almost as if I was merely a spectator, though my name appeared on the docket. The attorney allegedly representing PNC Bank was not present. Instead, another attorney handling 5 different cases for 4 different plaintiffs, including PNC, obtained the continuance for the matter to be heard before another judge, one who had allegedly made the summary judgment transferring my home to PNC. The problem is that I never appeared before this judge at any time, indicating some kind of secret trial, which, of course, is totally unlawful and illegal. Today I will share a little bit more detail on this issue and touch on a few other things as well. Indeed. When I arrived at the court about 20 minutes early, I went immediately to the window to make sure that the hearing was on the docket, because the previous time that I went to the court, that same court, for a hearing, it wasn't on the docket. No attorney showed up, which is why I filed a motion for dismissal, and 3 weeks later provided the judge with an order, which he never signed, dismissing the case. Well, not only was this hearing on the docket, I was told to go to a table in the lobby there outside the courtroom and sign in, basically acknowledge my presence. And I noticed the name of an attorney on that particular case, and I said, that's not my attorney. My attorney's name is Carla, or the attorney representing PNC Bank is Carla. And the lady that was there said, no, that's the attorney that's hearing this, that's handling this case today. And she pointed to a gentleman sitting right on the bench, very close to the table. And I went and introduced myself, and we chatted for about 10 minutes, and I told him about the paperwork that had been filed, the counterclaim, which is right here. And I gave it to him to read, and he went through his file, and he already had a copy. So Carla had already sent him a copy of that paperwork that had been filed the previous week, actually last Friday. And so he had it, and he knew, and he said, we're not going to do anything on that today. Here's how I'm going to handle this. Your motion should not have been a motion to dismiss. It should have been a motion to void or vacate summary judgment. I can't remember which word he used. Void or vacate, to me they're the same. I don't know if they're in legalese. I don't know. Legalese is a language all its own, and I don't know always what the words mean as they see them. But in any case, this judge that supposedly made the summary judgment is Judge Dugan. Now here's the problem. I never heard of Judge Dugan. I never appeared at any time before him for any matter relating to this case involving my home. Not at any time. So he entered a summary judgment at apparently a secret trial. Secret trials are, as I said, unlawful and illegal. Even in their own codes, they're not allowed to conduct a trial in secret. It has to be done publicly, and certainly the people involved in the matter have to be present or be at least represented by counsel, neither of which was the case, as far as I know, in this matter. I was not informed. In fact, I didn't know this name till yesterday. This Judge Dugan. I didn't know who he even was. Now, I had an introduction in my counterclaim. Let me just open this up here and get a little paper clip. There were some complaints. I had actually called PNC Bank last week. Well, now, yeah, I guess it would be last week. I called them on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I had conversations with people at PNC 3 consecutive days. They did not have any record of PNC Bank having an action against me in the search of their computer. And they told me they would investigate further and have someone in the escalation department get back to me. I actually did, though, talk to a manager in the escalation department, or someone that identified herself as a manager. But nobody gave me an answer whether or not this attorney is actually in the employ or the hire of PNC Bank, which indicates the potential of fraud. And as the retired lawyer that I've been working with told me, fraud, and as I already knew, fraud is rampant in the foreclosure industry. It's even been on mainstream television on 60 Minutes and other programs. So it's not like it's something that people are not aware of. And yet the fraud continues. Virtually every foreclosure is a fraud. But in my case, I never even had a mortgage. There was never a trial. There was never a hearing in which I was involved. Nothing. Again, a secret trial. I'm not going to read all of this, but it indicates a secret trial, which is totally against American jurisprudence, is part of my thing, because they base their thing on a summary judgment in the case of Wilhelm versus Van Dyke. And I said that that my due process of law was denied, including no trial, jury or otherwise, no foreclosure hearing whatsoever, fraudulent misrepresentation in an alleged share sale, ignoring a federal court bankruptcy settlement, lack of answer or rebuttal to repeated affidavits, and possibly other violations of the law. The facts would indicate a trial in secret, which is totally against American jurisprudence. They didn't touch the counterclaim, and the lawyer said they wouldn't touch it. They put it off on a continuance because they want to figure out how they're going to handle it. That's his take on it. Now, he lives in a different state than I do, so the laws are slightly different there, but yet federal laws are basically the standard upon which most state laws are based anyway. Even in the constitutions, the original U.S. United States of America Constitution was the foundation piece, so to speak, for all of the state constitutions that followed, giving people the same rights, sometimes expanding a little bit more detail. In other words, the Bill of Rights was 10 Bill of Rights in the U.S. Constitution, and expanded to 28 or 29 in the Florida Constitution, the original Florida Constitution of, I think, 1838. In any case, the whole matter yesterday was hardly a hearing. I mean, as I said, I sat in the lobby and talked for about 10 minutes with the attorney that I had never met him before, and he wouldn't even give me. He claimed he didn't even have a business card, which I found fairly ironic. I have to do a little bit of research and find out what law firm he works for, because the counterclaim is not only against the attorney that claimed to be representing PNC Bank without their confirmation, but also the law firm that she represents. And she's in charge of bulk foreclosures, bulk trials and bulk foreclosures, so that they have this thing set up where they actually do take a whole bunch of people's homes all at once in one sweeping motion. They just sweep these people out of their homes. And, you know, it's crazy, folks. It's absolutely crazy. Now, I also watched a video last night, a little bit more than 3/4 of it, called Gray State, which has Alex Jones in it and a lot of people that are talking about the horrible state of America. And I agree that there's an awful lot of people that are asleep. It didn't seem to offer any hope. It was very, very pessimistic. I chose not to finish watching it. I was probably 7/8 of the way through the video. I mean, I don't know if I even want to go back and look and see at what point I stopped watching. But in any case, then I got notice of a video by Radagast, who is someone that I've been in communication with of late. And he put out a new video yesterday called Illuminati, Elite, NWO, Redefining Some Concepts, which is about a half an hour video. And I thought that was really, really good. I thought he did an excellent job of saying that the Illuminati, that there's two branches basically of the Illuminati. There's the priestly, he was actually citing Michael Tsarian's recent short video by Michael Tsarian in which he talked about the Dragon family. And the Dragon family has an elite priestly aspect of it, and it also has the dark aspect, the yin and yang. And they play different roles, but they're still part of the same family, if you will. But they're the good part of the family and what we would call the bad part of the family. And he said elite, he says, we have given it a bad name. But elite merely means someone that has reached a place of excellence. And I agree with him that we need to each individually strive to be elite in what we do. In other words, strive for excellence. One of my friends, Christopher Timms, I remember him saying once, when somebody accused him of being egoic because he talked about his accomplishments, he said, I do not want to have my life recorded as someone who was just simply mediocre. I want to be the best I can. And I think we should all strive to be the best we can. If we all did that, the world wouldn't be in the mess that it's in. But many people just do what they're told. And in that movie, The Gray State, there was one guy that was interviewed who said that Obama is his boss, and if Obama ordered him dead, he would agree with it, which shows the level of insanity of some people, that they will follow orders no matter what, because that's my leader. Now, this is a very insane and troubling concept. Someone that is just an order taker, and that's what we have far too many of in this world. People that just follow orders and do not do any critical thinking. Of course, the school system and the media and everything else has been put in place to keep people at a low level of intelligence, at a low level of spiritual evolution, at a low level of being. I mean, it's existing. They just exist. They're slaves. They have the mentality of slaves, and they're slaves. And Radagast, who's also known as the Modern Wizard, he did an excellent job, I thought, of giving an overview and redefining all of these words that have been used by the dark Illuminati, the dark elite. They can be reclaimed. Everything that they've taken, even the symbols and stuff like that they've taken, we can reclaim them for the alternative meaning. Who defines the meaning of things? We do. How do you want to define it? Are you going to let somebody else define it, or are you going to study a little bit and know a little bit about what you're talking about so that you can define it for yourself? I encourage you that that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do with the courts. That's what we need to do with all the corporations and the government agencies and everything else that we see is so oppressive, those of us that are awake, that we see as oppressive, we need to take back those things. We need to challenge those things. We need to stand up for truth. That is what love does. Love does not stay silent when it sees abuses going on. And when the abuses become unbearable and enough people speak up, you better believe that there's going to be a new world order. We're going to reclaim for good the way things are, because we do not want the old world order, and we certainly don't want it on steroids. We certainly do not want more aggression, more tyranny, more crimes against humanity. We want to stop that stuff, but we have to stick together. And that's what I hope to encourage people to do. That's the loving thing to do. It's not loving to sit back and say it's just an illusion, it doesn't matter. That is part of the brainwashing, part of that which keeps things from bringing forth positive change. The Creator needs our hands, our minds, our feet, our action, our lives to work for what we want, because if we don't stand up for what we want, we're going to get more of what we don't want till we wake up. Anyway, that's about my court appearance and about Radagast and about the Illuminati, and I hope you consider some of the things that I've shared today. Be wise, be loving, and be willing to stand for truth. Thank you for listening. Namaste.